Hello, friends. The 1,204th day of the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. Russian troops have advanced in several directions at once, the military telegram channel Deep State reports. South of Kostiantynivka, near the village of Yevhenii, a Ukrainian soldier with the call sign Muchnoi writes that the fields south of Yevhenii and the neighboring Oleksandro-Kalinovi are already occupied by the Russians, and the logistics of the Ukrainian armed forces to the north are being destroyed by drones. Nevertheless, it is noticeable that the Russian offensive in this area, although continuing, has become slower than it was a week and a half ago. Apparently, the Ukrainian army has introduced reserves in this direction. Also, Russian troops have advanced again near the border of the Dnipropetrovsk region, in the area of Bogdanivka and Troitsky. At the same time, Deep State still does not show the entry of Russians into the neighboring region, although the border of the gray zone runs closely along the administrative cordon. The Ukrainian military also began writing about the fact that there are incursions into the Dnipropetrovsk region, reporting that the Ukrainian armed forces are destroying the Russian forces entering there. A Ukrainian officer with the call sign Alex writes that the Russians are entering through the administrative border in groups of 4 to 5 people, but they are unable to gain a foothold due to FPV drone strikes. The Russian Defense Ministry announced today that their troops continue offensive actions on a broad front across the territory of the Dnipropetrovsk region, and that a new brigade has reached the border. The Ukrainian command had previously denied such statements by Russia. Russian military telegram channels claim that the Russian army entered the Dnipropetrovsk region at another point from the side of Novosilka, in the direction of the village of Yevhenii. This is 8 to 9 kilometers south of the area where, according to the Russians, the first breakthrough took place. But Deep State, as follows from the map, does not confirm that the Russians are approaching Novosilka. On the Ukrainian map, the entire border area is under the control of the Ukrainian armed forces. At the same time, a Ukrainian serviceman with the call sign Muchnoi confirmed the information from Russian telegram channels that the enemy had approached the border of the Dnipropetrovsk region in a new area. He reported that the Russians had moved closer to the border from the lower reaches of the Vovsha River. Also, according to him, the villages of Zelensky and Novosilka are occupied by the Russians from the south. The reason for all the rollbacks and the occupation of unfavorable positions suggests that over all these years, not a single scum from above has lifted a finger to strengthen the Novosilka district. Then we wonder how can the enemy move so quickly and approach the Dnipropetrovsk region from different angles, Muchnoi added. By the way, yesterday the commander of the Battalion of Unmanned Systems, Bulava, of the 72nd Brigade with the call sign Student, said in an interview that near the border of the Dnipropetrovsk region there is 1 Ukrainian for every 10 Russian soldiers. According to him, despite the resistance of the Ukrainian armed forces, the Russians, having a numerical advantage, are slowly but steadily moving forward. To the south, the Russians advanced in the Dnipropetrovsk area on the approaches to the tactically important village of Kamar. The gray zone, north of Otradny, in the direction of the village of Zaporizhia, has also increased. According to Deep State, the battles for Oleksiyevka, a tactically important village in the Novosilka direction, are also continuing. Russian telegram channels and individual Ukrainian military personnel have already announced its capture by Russia. Videos are now being released from there showing local residents, despite the fighting, doing agricultural work. Ukrainian military man Bonyatov writes that people are planting potatoes while fighting is taking place on the neighboring streets.
Friends, I want to develop and strive for higher quality content, but my 2009 computer does not allow me to do this. If you have the opportunity to help me buy a new computer and make my dream come true, I will be very grateful to you. You will find the link in the description under the video and in the pinned comment. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.